Hey there, follow seekers. Ready to dive deep?
Always.
Awesome. Today we're exploring Un chemin sacré vers une vie que l'argent ne peut acheter by Laurent Chenot.
This book is really resonating with folks interested in alternative healing and personal transformation.
Absolutely. So what struck you most about it?
It's the honesty, really. It's not your typical self-help book, all polished and preachy.
Right.
It's more like raw and personal. It's Laurent's journey laid bare. He had the Ivy League MBA, the successful finance career,
Yeah.
but he's also dealing with autism, bipolar disorder, and a medical system that just left him feeling lost.
It's heartbreaking. He even lists all the side effects from the meds he was prescribed.
Makes you think, doesn't it?
Definitely. Like, what's the cost of healing, really?
Exactly. And that's where his quest for alternative solutions begins. That's how he discovers sacred medicines.
Now, I know sacred medicines might sound a bit, well, intense to some folks,
Sure.
but Chenot makes it clear this isn't about quick fixes or chasing a high.
Not at all. He's talking about substances with centuries of history in indigenous cultures, especially the Amazon.
Ayahuasca, combo, rapé, these are tools for healing and spiritual growth.
And he argues that they offer solutions to some really deep human struggles, like trauma and addiction.
That sense of disconnection we all feel sometimes, too.
Absolutely. And he backs it up, not just with anecdotes, but with science, especially when it comes to DMT.
Ah, yes, the DMT connection. He points out that our brains actually produce it naturally.
It really challenges that whole drug label, doesn't it?
Big time. He even compares it to alcohol and tobacco.
Which are legal despite their downsides. It makes you question the whole system.
Definitely a thought-provoking point.
Yeah.
So we've got this intriguing concept, but then Chenot takes it further. He shares his own experiences.
That's what makes it so powerful. He's not just talking the talk.
He's walked the walk.
Exactly. And he doesn't hold back. He talks about tangible benefits like losing weight and boosting his immunity.
But he goes deeper too, right? Emotionally and spiritually.
Absolutely. He describes healing past traumas, strengthening relationships. He even found a new sense of peace.
Wow. It sounds like he's suggesting these medicines can help us reach our full potential, not just fix what's broken.
There's a real sense of uncovering a truer self, wouldn't you say?
For sure. And it sounds like that's just the beginning of his journey.
Oh, there's so much more to unpack.
Can't wait. Okay, so Laurent had this amazing transformation. But what were the specifics? Like, what experiences really stood out?
Well, his compo experience is pretty intense. It's a secretion from this Amazonian frog.
Intense in what way?
Oh, on every level.
Yeah.
Physically, emotionally, you name it.
I've heard it's like a purging, right? Cleanses you out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He talks about these intense sensations, but then this huge sense of release afterward. And get this, he lost over 30 kilos in a year after starting combo. No crazy diets or anything.
Wow, that's wild. Especially compared to the weight gain he blamed on the medications.
It's like his body was finally able to heal itself,
Yeah, like combo cleared out all the gunk,
Mhm.
and then things just started working right again.
It's a powerful image. And then there's rapé, which is this powdered tobacco snuff.
Okay, I gotta admit, that one doesn't sound so appealing. Blowing tobacco up your nose.
I know, right? But he talks about approaching it with intention and respect.
So it's more than just a physical sensation.
Definitely. He describes it as a tool for self-exploration, like breaking through mental barriers.
Interesting. So maybe not the most fun, but potentially powerful.
Definitely powerful. And then there's Sananga, which are eye drops made from this Amazonian plant.
Eye drops, what do those do?
He says they enhance your vision, both literally and metaphorically. Like, colors become more vibrant and you see things with more clarity.
Ooh, I can imagine those Amazonian colors just popping.
That's what he describes, but he also talks about it giving him a clearer perspective on his life, like seeing things from a new angle.
It's fascinating how he links these physical experiences to these deeper changes.
It's all connected, right? Mind, body, spirit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And of course, we can't forget ayahuasca, probably the most well-known of these sacred medicines.
He goes really deep into his experiences with it, both the good and the bad.
Like what kind of stuff?
Oh, facing deep-seated traumas, letting go of emotional baggage, feeling this incredible connection with everything.
That's powerful stuff.
It is. He even talks about experiencing forgiveness, both for himself and for others.
So something that gave him a chance to heal some deep wounds.
That's exactly it. He emphasizes that it's not just about the trip itself, though. It's about what you do with it afterward.
Like integrating those experiences into your everyday life.
Exactly. That's where the real work begins.
Makes sense. So all these experiences, did he talk about how they affected his relationships?
He did. He specifically mentioned improvements in his relationships with his kids.
That's so sweet, like mending things, understanding each other better.
That's what he describes. And he credits a lot of that to the emotional work he did, like letting go of
It's
resentments.
amazing how that inner work can ripple outward.
It really is. And remember how we talked about him discovering new talents?
Like the handpan and calligraphy.
Right. He kind of attributes that to these experiences too, like unlocking some hidden potential.
It's almost like they helped him blossom.
It's a beautiful way to put it.
Okay, so this is all super inspiring, but I know some listeners are probably wondering about safety and ethics. Is this stuff really okay to do?
That's a valid concern. And Laurent is very clear. He doesn't advocate for just trying anything.
He's not saying go experiment.
No way. He stresses responsible use, guidance from experienced people, and respect for the traditions.
So it's about honoring the power of these medicines.
Exactly. They can heal, but they can also be harmful if misused.
It sounds like he's not just sharing his story, but also kind of challenging how we think about healing in general.
You got it. He wants us to question the status quo, to explore alternatives, even if they seem unconventional.
And that's a really important message, especially with all the quick fixes we're bombarded with these days.
He reminds us that true healing takes more than a pill. It takes work. It takes confronting our shadows.
And ultimately, it's about finding our own unique path.
That's the beauty of it.
Okay, so we've explored Laurent's journey, but now I'm curious, what does he offer people who want to follow a similar path?
That's where things get really interesting.
So people are feeling inspired, right? They want to explore these things for themselves. What does Laurent offer them? Where do they even begin?
Well, he's really clear about one thing. He's not trying to recruit anyone.
He's not saying join my cult.
Not at all. He encourages readers to be skeptical, to do their research and make their own choices.
He even says, don't believe a word I say. That's pretty bold.
I know, he's not claiming to have all the answers. He's just sharing his experience and offering some guidance.
Okay, so what kind of guidance does he give? What resources does he offer?
Well, he mentions a WhatsApp group he runs.
Interesting. What goes on in this group?
Oh, all sorts of things. Articles, documentaries, interviews, music, you name it. Anything related to sacred medicines and personal transformation.
Sounds like a great way to connect with other people on a similar path.
Exactly. And he also offers these personal discovery sessions.
Oh, tell me more about those.
They're one-on-one sessions where he shares his knowledge and experience in a more focused way.
I see. So if someone's feeling drawn to all of this, but a little overwhelmed, they can get some personalized support.
Exactly. He's there to help people navigate this world. And for those who prefer a group setting, he also organizes these gatherings.
Gatherings? Like what?
Well, imagine a bunch of like-minded people coming together to connect, share their experiences, and maybe even experience some of the less intense sacred medicines together.
Like rapé.
Exactly. He also mentions that he supports the personal use of certain medicines, like rapé, as long as it's done responsibly and respectfully.
He's always emphasizing that respect for the traditions.
Oh, absolutely. It's not about recreational use. It's about honoring the sacredness of these practices.
Now I've got to ask about the trips to the Amazon.
Yes. He talks about organizing these incredible journeys.
What are they like?
They're immersive experiences designed to connect people with the indigenous cultures where these medicines originate.
Wow. To experience them in their authentic context? That must be amazing.
It is. He describes it as a deep dive into wisdom and healing, going way beyond a typical tourist trip. You're learning from the elders, the keepers of these ancient traditions.
Powerful stuff. And again, he emphasizes that it's not about escape or quick fixes, right?
Absolutely not. It's about profound self-discovery, healing, and connection.
So he's weaving together his personal story, this critique of the system, and then these really practical ways for people to explore for themselves.
It's a beautiful tapestry, really. He's not trying to sell anything. He's just sharing a way of life, a philosophy rooted in self-discovery and connection.
That's what makes Ashram Sacre so compelling. It's an invitation to question, to explore, and to create our own unique paths.
It's a reminder that we have more options than we often realize. There's a whole world of wisdom and healing out there.
And Laurent's story is a testament to that. So as we wrap up this deep dive, we hope you feel inspired to embark on your own explorations. Remember, true health and happiness are not destinations. They're journeys of self-discovery.
And those journeys can lead to some truly extraordinary places.
Thank you for joining us. Until next time, keep seeking.